What's up, J Fusion fans, and welcome back to another video. So this is our very first toy review for 2021 and also our very first Gunpla review. So without further ado, this is the G-Frame High New Gundam. So I'm going to show you the box. I know I actually wanted to show you guys this. So this is how the box looks like. Now it's already been opened. So this is how it looks like. So it comes in two boxes actually. So first we get the armor parts, and there's actually a frame inside, but this is a non-moving frame, so it's just stiff like that. But you do have the movable frame and the rest of the accessories with the second box. So yeah, this is not actually your typical Gunpla review. No, we're not reviewing a high grade or a master grade or anything like that, but this is actually a candy toy, the one you typically find in a candy store or any candy section in the supermarket in Japan. But for what it is, it's actually unbelievable that Bandai was able to, make something like this. Now, the reason that I actually got this, well, although technically, High New Gundam isn't really one of my personal favorites, to be completely honest, but it looks really good. Not gonna lie. If I were to be given a chance, like, to pilot, the High New Gundam, let's say it's either accessible for an old type or just just for hypothesis. Let's say I'm a new type, and suddenly out of the blue, I'm given a chance to pilot the High New Gundam. I wouldn't say no. So this line is actually the first to use the non-movable frame or hanger, and then you can change it into an action base like so. I will show you that later. So for this lineup, we do have, again, this is the High New Gundam, so we also have the Aegis Gundam and two variants of the RX-78-2, which is the prototype Gundam, so this one with the black and red, and this one is the RX-78-2 rollout color arm, so which is basically white, like all white Gundam. So yeah, so this is the very first line in the G-Frame series to include this new type of non-movable inner frame. So originally I wanted to show you guys how to build this thing, but my camera apparently does not allow extended shots for like anything over 30 minutes. So to save time and to make things easier, I just built this thing off camera, and this is already using the movable frame. Now, first off, so one of the things I do like about the G-Frame series is that you don't have to assemble it like any typical Gunpla that you have on the market. So there are no runners. I mean, yeah, I do see nub marks on the shield, and like you will see nub marks anywhere, but this is already pre-cut, like no more runners to cut this thing off. Like no need to clean unless you actually want to remove any nub marks completely. But nonetheless, it's already prepared for you. No stickers. All the colors that you see on the eyes, that A that you see on the shoulder, that Amuro symbol that you also see on the shield, it's all painted. And so this beam rifle is also painted. Now, typically when you think of beam rifles in the typical Gunpla set, they would usually be two halves of plastic put together, but this is one whole piece already painted. Now, the paint job on this particular beam rifle isn't perfect. So I think I see a smudge right here by the tip, but I don't mind, just because of the fact that it's already painted for you is, already less work. So yeah, I mean, look at the size of this thing. It is definitely smaller than your typical high grade, but the movement is also very much high grade. So now, of course, there are some limitations. So, for example, like the head, because it is quite wide, it doesn't really move a lot with the neck. So there is a ball joint there, but I'm careful not to break the horns. And the head, by the way, is all in one piece, so you don't have to worry about losing the V-fins, although you have to be careful not to break them. So there is minimal movement on the head, but I don't mind. Now, this blew my mind because of the inner frame inside, so I'm going to take off this right shoulder armor here. So this armor right here, so this frame right here, it of course this is the shoulder joint, but look at that. So this is actually a ball joint that allows movement on the shoulder, but there's also a joint right there. I hope you can see the pivot, and you can also move it. That's a good view. So you can actually move it forward and back like so. I know it's not good on camera, but I hope you guys can see the movement right here. But yes, it is very, very flexible. Well, not really flexible, but it is really movable, I'd say. So I'm just going to put the shoulder like right on the peg. That's simple. So for accessories, you do have the beam rifle, right? So the arms really, okay, so yeah. The hands are in a typical ball joint. You can actually remove the hands like so. I'm just going to remove it like this, okay? So this is the holding hand that comes with the movable frame. And so I am going to show you guys, okay, in advance, so this is already what the non-movable frame looks like when you put them together in order to make the action base. It's not the prettiest looking base, I know, but definitely, it at least you get some more use out of this, because in the previous G-frame lines, you'd basically just throw this away. So they added this actual stand for the so you can use this for an action base, and this peg actually goes right into this hole right here. Yeah, you can see it. So that there is a hole for the action base. So I believe, again, this is because this is the first G-frame line to use this. They could probably be also the first G-frames to have that slot in the butt. So this, I'm going to just take off the right hand. So this is a hold. So this is an open hand, right? Again, because of how it's made, I can actually put this in. Yes, I don't need to take off the armor already. So I'm just putting this one off screen for a bit. There we go. And it does attach easily like so. So if you do want to use an open hand, you can definitely do it. But, okay, there we go. Just pull it off and just slide this one back in like so. There we go. Easy. And it moves easily. Like, it's not too tight, but when you shake it around, it doesn't actually, you don't have to worry about it falling off. And yeah, I'm holding this one upside down and it's not gonna fall off. The grip is just that tight. So that's why I'm just gonna keep the beam rifle on there like that forever. And the shield. Now the shield is amazing. So I am just going to remove shield. You know what? Not. I decided not to. But it has a typical clip that you would see in a lot of high grades anyway. So instead of just like a peg that juts out of nowhere, or in some cases the peg is on the shield and on the arm is just a hole, this is definitely more like a typical shield that you would find in a high grade. Awesome. So yeah, there's the clip right there, right around the arm. So for a lot of Gunpla, right? So they have these front skirts that are molded together. You know, when you move one, the other one also moves. But this one actually is molded separately. Now there are kind of ball joints inside that, but you can basically do this. Yeah. So you just move one front skirt. Well, okay, so let's just turn the other. There we go. Yeah. Now for the legs, well, it doesn't have that 90-degree bend, but it like it doesn't really reach like full bend like this, but nonetheless you get some action. So this is the High New Gundam in my hand, posed like so. Now let's take a look at the back because this is also important. Now you can see here the wing binders, or the wings if you want to call them. So this is the wing with the fin funnels. Now this is just one whole piece of plastic right here, and so is the other side. So they're just two whole pieces of plastic. And with that said, you cannot remove the fin funnels. So and you cannot use them for anything. These are just completely for display. Now I understand this limitation because it in a way I think helps keep the price down. But let's say even if you are able to take out the fin funnels, you still have to open them. So like they're in attack mode. But again, if Bandai actually did that, the price, at least for this guy, would jump really high. And speaking of price, I got the entire set for exactly 1,100 yen. And for that price, you could probably already get a high grade, or probably if you add a bit more, but nonetheless, it's okay. So I will tell you guys that this is definitely better than the no grades that I experienced having. So the last time I actually bought a Gunpla was back in 2005. Yes, it's been that long, almost 16 years ago. And the last Gundam that I got was a Force Impulse Gundam no grade. And if any one of you guys actually had no grade models from the Gundam Seed era, they are the worst. Like, the arms don't move at all, like they're just very stiff. So are the legs. You practically can't get any articulation from them. And with this, again, for I know there are some limitations in movement. Like, yes, you can actually do stuff with the torso. There is some movement right there. The wings move. You cannot use the fin funnels. These fuel tanks can actually move. The feet are actually impressive. They do have a special joint inside. Uh, so it's not actually a ball joint, but it's one whole peg. Yeah, very nice. It is amazing for what it's worth. Now the feet don't actually bend, like this is just one hole. But again, sure, let's talk about the issues now. Like I said, this isn't a perfect model, but uh, not everything is super tight. So, like for example, it's easy to pop off these shoulders. The side skirts are not that stable as well. But if I hadn't actually figured out how to put them properly, I think I would have ended up, especially this skirt right here. This one loves to fly off, but the other one is like super, not really super tight, but it's definitely much tighter than the other one. But I guess this could also be like the quality that I got. Maybe there's another high new Gundam out there that's way better in terms of practically everything. But overall, like at least the articulation, despite being limited, because it has articulation, it is good enough, even as a candy toy. And like I said, near the beginning of this review, the fact that I don't have to, to be completely honest, what kind of got me, not the thing that really doesn't get me into buying Gunpla is that you do have to work for it. I do understand, like you do have to uh, panel line. For example, like if you actually want a panel line, I probably would suggest panel lining the face because it looks uh, uh, well. If you actually want to panel line something, yeah, panel line the face. For the rest, well, it's up to you. Panel lining is optional. Um, uh, Maybe I would recommend panel lining it, but only for those who actually want to panel line. But personally, I don't have to do that. So yeah, like everything's done for you already. Sure, again, like I have nub marks, like I'm actually holding on a nub mark right here. There you go. Yeah, nub marks are visible, but I'm not really one to be a stickler for these kinds of details. So yeah, if you don't mind nub marks, definitely not a problem. So yeah, again, one of the biggest issues is the fin funnel, but overall, it's okay. It's a good candy toy. Of course, if you still want a proper gunpla that can do basically anything, then by all means go for a high grade, a master grade, whatever you have. Uh, Definitely, there are better kits than this line, but you know, this actually is a good way to get like small children into gunpla. Of course, you need to be careful with them because there are still small parts like the head, for example. But yeah, it is also good if you like to build a smaller diorama. So now I am actually going to put this uh, peg into the High New Gundam. So this is how it looks like on the action base. It's definitely going to be stable if I put it on a more stable position, like on a table. But yeah, no, you can still pull off dynamic poses with this guy. I mean, that looks dynamic enough. But what I like to do is actually raise the wings a bit higher and then probably open them up a little more. Oh yeah, that's actually looking really, really good. There you go. See that? You see that? Nice, nice. I actually lifted the fuel tanks so they too feel like they're part of the formation. Maybe pull them down. Either way, at least the wings are open, but see? It's still good looking. Not gonna lie. I still love the visual overall. So, yeah. Definitely good. I mean, again, the stickers, like the the eyes, the front camera, it's all painted already. See that A for Amuro there, the unicorn symbol on the shield. Oh, I'm still I'm still actually really blown away by how good a candy toy like this can be. No, am I going to buy something like this again? Absolutely. You know, I actually am waiting for something from either the wing line. So, you know, like if I can get the heavy arms, you know, heavy arms is my favorite Gundam in the Gundam wing. I did actually put it in my top 10 overall favorite Gundam. So if I can get that or the heavy arms Kai, the TV version's okay, not exactly the Endless Waltz version. I still have love for the TV series. So if I could get that, or another one from the Destiny line, but definitely most particularly the Destiny Gundam. You can hate on Shin Asuka all you want, but Destiny Gundam, I love it to bits. So if I could get that for the G frame as well, I will definitely go for that. So yeah, for an overall rating, despite all of its issues, this is revolutionary. You know, I mean, sure, you can fix the problems yourself if you really want to, but that really wouldn't take much work. So yeah, I'm still going to give this a 5 out of 5 for what it does. You know, again, using the supposedly discardable non-movable frame and actually using it for something instead of, again, just wasting it. I mean, it's still a good piece of plastic. You know, instead of just wasting away plastic, you can save the environment by actually using this. So yeah, uh, probably if they can find a better way to utilize the frame as an action base in the future, you know, they can do that. Yeah. So that's it for my review of the G-Frame High New Gundam. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you do like this because I really do. If you ever get the chance to get a G-Frame, I still would recommend this. Even if you are an enthusiast who would definitely prefer higher grade, if you are like one of those professional builders, you know, if you are, even if you are a very highly skilled you know, builder, I would still definitely recommend this for you. So yeah, uh, I still love this. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you do like this video, please leave a like, comment, share this video, subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell so you get the latest from JE Fusion. This has been Philip, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!